From the High Definition Production Center of Troy University's Broadcast and Digital Network, Troy, Alabama's International University, this is Troy TrojanVision News.
Hello and welcome to Troy TrojanVision News for December 2nd, 2016. I'm William McCarthy.
And I'm Samantha Charles. Thank you for joining us this evening. On December 1st, 1955, Rosa Parks was arrested for refusing to give up her seat on a Montgomery bus. And to mark the anniversary of the landmark event in the civil rights movement, the museum named in her honor commemorated the historic event. Ryan Renfro has the details from our Montgomery News Bureau.
The year was 1955, when Rosa Parks told the Montgomery bus driver she would not give up her seat to a white man.
Her arrest was really the starting point for the modern civil rights movement. It led to the Montgomery bus boycott, to all these other events that happened later on that got their foundation here in Montgomery, starting with her refusal to give up her seat.
Now, on the 61st anniversary of her arrest here at the corner of Moulton Street and Montgomery Street here in downtown Montgomery, the Rosa Parks Museum remembers Mrs. Parks by offering free admission into the museum to learn more about the civil rights movement, to learn more about Rosa Parks, a woman who on this corner took a stand by remaining seated, a woman who was tired of giving in.
Rosa Parks was often depicted as just this little old lady who was tired. She'd worked all day and didn't feel like giving up her seat, but really there was so much more to her.
She fought for the rights of women and children and freedom and equality for people worldwide.
Those touring the museum can visit the children's wing and can see on the walls a timeline of events surrounding the bus boycott and biographies of boycott leaders. And in the main wing of the museum, visitors see more of Rosa Parks and where it all began.
She was just an ordinary person who had finally had enough and decided to stand up for what was right and what she believed was the right thing.
The Rosa Parks Museum will have complimentary admission again on February 4th for Rosa Parks' birthday. In Montgomery, Ryan Renfro, Troy, TrojanVision News.
Once again, the Rosa Parks Museum is located on the corner of Montgomery and Moulton Street in downtown Montgomery, the location where Rosa Parks was arrested 61 years ago.
And while the Rosa Parks Museum spent Thursday focusing a major moment in Black history, an event on campus last night was looking to the future with a visit from a well-known music artist. Jalen Bivens explains.
Thursday night, students were invited to attend the event The Power of the Black Dollar. The event had multiple speakers. One of the speakers was Rick Mathis, and he would go on to show his documentary called Black Friday the Remix.
Black Friday the Remix is a solution-based film that deals with how we as African Americans value a dollar and the importance of leaving a legacy for the next generation.
Mathis felt that it was important for students to focus on their money and the economy.
I mean, with everything that's going on, it's important now that we focus on our dollars, that we focus on economics. So I wanted to put a film together that is creative, entertaining, fun, and where we can come and party with a purpose.
Rapper David Banner was the keynote speaker at the event, and he would go on to say that he came to speak to the students because he felt it was his way of giving back.
It's my job. I'm moving into the elder role now, and I believe that I've taken so much away from the community. You know, most artists, we just take.
Before Banner departed, he left a bit of advice for students.
Until y'all get out of college, y'all, for the most part, children, you know. And I would say be that, like a lot of people who are young men and women, they get upset. No, I'm grown. All right, go and be grown if you want to. If I were you, I'll stay a child as long as I can and get that help from your mama and daddy, because it's rough.
Jalen Bivens, Troy, TrojanVision News.
Last night's event was held in conjunction with Alpha Week, activities by Alpha Phi Alpha fraternity.
Troy University's Hall School of Music played host to middle schoolers from across the Southeast for the Seuss Honor Band Festival, which featured a performance from the South Central Middle School Band. Seth Hawk has the story.
Friday morning, Troy University played host to middle schoolers from across the Southeast for the Seuss Honor Band Festival. The morning featured a performance from the South Central Middle School Band, and band director Sheila Smith said she couldn't be more proud of what her students have accomplished.
I'm just so proud of them, and it's just a director's dream to get to come and perform here at Troy University and know that the hard work that they've put in since August has paid off, and they get to actually show it off in front of their peers, other middle school students.
And speaking of hard work, Smith says that her students are hard at work preparing for what lies ahead after their middle school career.
Many of them are already on the track, already looking at universities they want to go to, participating in all-state bands and district bands, so they're on the track now.
For Sheila Smith and her South Central Middle School band, the love of music doesn't just end in school. It will continue for the rest of their lives.
Music is everything. You know, it teaches creativity, it teaches life skills, teamwork, and they get to make beautiful music every day, and once they're elderly and bones are breaking down, they can still play an instrument, so it's lifelong for sure.
The Honor Band Festival will continue on Saturday with a concert in Smith Hall at 10 a.m. Seth Hawk, Troy, TrojanVision News.
Once again, there will be one final performance in the Seuss Festival tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. And Christmas is still a few weeks away, but that doesn't mean Troy University can't already get into the holiday spirit.
And last night, the College of Communication and Fine Arts came together to ring in the holidays. Chelsea Law shows us the sounds of the season.
The holiday spirit is definitely here in Troy as hundreds of people filled in the Claudia Crosby Theater for the university's annual Sounds of the Season concert.
This is my first time performing in Sounds of the Season, and I loved all the performances. All the different ensembles were just great, and I just loved every part of it.
The concert was filled with many of our favorite holiday songs performed by our wonderful band and many vocal groups. There was even a short performance by our theater department. Hundreds of people were in attendance of the concert, but Meadow says that the energy from the crowd helps the performers out a lot.
All the smiling faces they just kind of encourage you to just do your best and perform at your best ability.
The concert got the crowd energized and definitely into the holiday spirit.
It's definitely energizing, and it makes you feel all warm inside and just gets you ready for Christmas. It feels great.
Chelsea Law, Troy, TrojanVision News.
After the performance, Troy University held the lighting of the campus Christmas tree. The tree is located outside Smith Hall.
Now, the latest in Trojan sports on Troy TrojanVision News.
Welcome into Trojan Sports. The men's basketball team couldn't defend their home court last night in what became an 80-74 loss to South Florida. It turns out that the Trojans couldn't defend anything last night in the first half, allowing 43 points to the Bulls, who came charging in, shooting 60% from the field. But let's jump to the second half now. Coach Cunningham giving his team a pep talk, and at least one guy heard him. There he is right there talking to the guys, and that guy was Devon Walker. Walker right here getting a second chance opportunity. And right here we got Walker coming up big with an and one. That's what you scream when you think you got fouled. And, well, Walker, a grown man move right there. He missed only one shot in the second half, but the story of the game for the Trojans was this. Missed free throw after missed free throw. And it is the season of giving, and the Trojans gave all those free points back to the basketball gods that they were offered. Troy missed 8 free throws on the night, and they lost by 6. So if I'm doing my math correctly, well, they would have had the advantage in the final seconds by 2 points. Coach Cunningham on tonight's missed opportunity in a different way.
I know as a coach we're better than we were in that first 15, 16 minutes. You can't take it back. It happens. Disappointed that we had a chance to get it's hard to get teams like South Florida, American Athletic Conference team, to come in here. And it was a good chance for us to get a win, but we didn't get it done. So we got to move on.
The Trojans' next matchup will come on Sunday against an Alabama State team that Coach Cunningham says he has much respect for. The Trojans, now 3-4 on the season, will tip off at 5:15 p.m. in Trojan Arena. And the women's basketball team will be back in action on Sunday as well when they take on the Hornets of Alabama State. The women will tip off at 3 p.m., just 2 hours before the men, and will look to improve their record to 5-1 on the young season. The Trojans will enter the game averaging 87 points per contest and just under 50 rebounds a game as a team. And Neil Brown and his football team have much to play for this weekend. They don't have to be told what's at stake. Win and you share a piece of the sweet championship pie. Lose and, well, it's not looking too good for the Trojans. Over the last 2 years, the Eagles of Georgia Southern have scrubbed the Trojans by a combined score of 87-20. You know the Redemption Road story so far this year. The Trojans have been the Achilles to their opponents, the Achilles before he got shot with that arrow, and they will look to be much of the same pre-arrow Achilles on Saturday.
Win and we get a piece of the Sun Belt Conference Championship which would be a huge step in year 2.
A huge step indeed, Coach, but a conference championship won't come easy as the Redemption Road bus makes a stop in Statesboro, Georgia this week.
Redemption Road, you know, they came here last year and beat us pretty bad, and it's another year so we can play them again and, you know, relive how they beat us last time.
More redemption. The Trojans are looking to wipe the memories of those who viewed the Arkansas State game on ESPNU a few weeks back.
Excited about the opportunity to play on national TV. You know, last time we were on a ESPN channel, it did not go so well. I don't think we represented this football team or our program or our university in the right way.
One more game in front of us is Georgia Southern. It's on ESPN too. And we're going to keep reliving our edge, and that's how we're going to play it out.
Coach Brown says, hey, don't be so quick to call Georgia Southern an option team this year as they've passed the ball much more this season, but the players in the secondary still know it's all about discipline.
Yeah, I wouldn't necessarily say they're an option team right now. They're a quarterback. They run the quarterback a lot, but not as many option looks as they had a year ago.
Oh, you got to have good eyes, because they'll hit you with the run, the option, and then they'll pop a pass, and you just got to have good eyes playing in the secondary and be patient, because I know it gets kind of boring just all the tackles. Eventually they're going to throw the ball, so you have to be ready for it and just have your eyes good.
It starts in practice. I mean, coaches going to do a good job of showing us a scheme and stuff, but it's very difficult. Everybody got to do their assignment, because, I mean, one person missed their assignment, then Bam is out for a big play.
The Trojans have already cracked the AP Top 25 for the first time in school history a few weeks back, and now the Trojans go for another first. The first 10-win season in school Division I history.
And just go from 4-8 to 10-2. That would be great. That's a lot of improvement. So we have a lot of things to play for.
We can't go another moment without mentioning this. This Trojan team could improve upon a 4-8 2015 season by racking up 10 wins with a dub on Saturday. That would be a first in school history. Troy, Georgia Southern, Saturday morning at 11 a.m. on ESPN2. Rise and shine, have your orange juice and grits, and enjoy some Trojan football.